Gracias. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to the member of this honorable House. It's really an honor to be here with this delegation of friends, of colleagues, congressmen, women, journalists, activists, people who really care about this severe situation that we are facing now in Brazil. And it's so refreshing to know that we have parliamentarians here in Europe that also care about the situation, because we know that we are not alone. What we are facing in Brazil, you are also facing in your own countries. We see the violations of freedom. We see the violation of free speech. We see normal citizens being persecuted by the leftist governments all over the world, the woke movement, things like that. They are taking away our freedom. They are invading some sacred spaces in our lives, like our families, indoctrinating our children. There's so much going on. And we can see that it's all the same because the agenda is a global agenda. So we know for sure that you understand what is going on in our country. Now we are facing something really, really severe, because not only the executive power, but also the judiciary power are together. And now we can say that the Congress in Brazil is losing power. And when the Congress has no power, the people are not represented. And this is something that we really have to talk about. And we know that our Constitution gives us guarantees like absolute, total immunity for our words, for what we say, for our opinion, political opinion. But also now in Brazil, what we are facing is that even us, the people's representatives, we are no longer free to say whatever we think about the political situation. So we have one congressman, now former congressman, who is in jail for 9 years, convicted for 9 years, because he made a video with very rough, very tough words about judges in the Supreme Court. We don't have to agree with his words, but we know that he couldn't be sentenced, he couldn't be in jail for a video, and for 9 years. And now we have men and women arrested for the January 8th. And we know it was a group. There were more than 2,000 people in the streets, but only about, the police said it was only about 200 people who invaded the buildings, the public buildings, and made damage to the public buildings. But now we have more than 1,800 people who were arrested, and many of them already sentenced for 17 years. And some of them, many of them, weren't even there when, all this confusion took place. They came to Brasilia the next day, but then there is no more rule of law. So this is something very, very severe that we are facing. And we even had this small businessman, Clériston Pereira, we have to say his name, who, even without setting foot on the Esplanada dos Ministérios, the Ministry Esplanade, or the Three Branches Square, where the riots took place, ended up dying in prison. So we also have now a old lady, a teacher, Iraci Nagoshi. She's 71 years old, and she was convicted by Justice de Moraes to face 14 years in prison, accused of plotting against the rule of law. So they are accusing these people who were just manifestating, protesting, and protesting is something guaranteed by our Constitution. They are facing 14, 17 years of prison, and they've been accused of trying to do a coup d'etat. So we know it's not only in Brazil, but in Brazil it's more severe because now we have the executive power and, as I said, and the justice together. And now we are facing this absolute lack of free speech. So right now, right here, we know that we are in risk. We are at risk. We don't know what might happen when we come back to our country. We don't know because we've been watching the narrative that's been built now. You know, the newspapers, the media, they're already saying that we are organizing a movement to destroy Brazilians' democracy, that we are behind whatever Elon Musk is doing, because he is facing the judge in Brazil. He said, you know, Gustavo is going to talk about the Twitter files in Brazil. And Elon Musk said that Twitter received orders from Mr. Alexandre de Moraes to censor journalists, even congressmen and women, and they were not supposed to say that our pages, our publications were censored because of the order of the judiciary, but they should blame the terms of the conditions of the Twitter, that we would have violated the conditions. So there's no transparency. And we really know that all of us are at risk because we see this narrative being built. And the media is behind this. So when you don't have a free media to show what's really going on, so there's not much we can do. And this is the situation we have to talk about here, and we are very pleased that we can talk here in the European Parliament, so everyone can be aware of what's going on in our country. So we thank you, and now I will give you back the word so my colleagues can speak as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bia.